But what about you and Anton? He is Russian, and that's a tradition for a man that supports like the family. He might just be like doing it on the budget.
He makes really good money.
Sure.
Okay, he makes good money. Not really
Sure.
good money, but like...
Are you okay that he's a truck driver? A lot of people would look down on that, especially a woman of your caliber.
If I were to meet somebody that was just like, oh yeah, I'm a truck driver and I love it, I plan to do it my whole life, I'd be like, absolutely not. You know, but he talks about opening like a barber shop in the future, like opening up some kind of restaurant.
He has a lot of potential, but another potential is that he's just gonna forever be a truck driver.
Is she high maintenance? Absolutely. Is she the best with money? No. Does she cook and clean? No. But at the same time, there's things that I value more than that.
Yeah.
Am I willing to take a leap of faith? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna say yes. It's just, is she?
You are the soundtrack in my head.
Anton and Alini, you chose to get engaged and spend the rest of your lives together based on a deep emotional connection. Looks, age, finances, and all the superficial things of the world were not a factor for you two. Now is the time to decide if love is blind. Will you get married and commit to face life together as husband and wife? Or will you walk away forever? Anton, do you take Alini to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, to love, honor, and cherish in sickness and health, forsaking all others for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Alini, do you take Anton to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, to love, honor, and cherish in sickness and health, forsaking all others for as long as you both shall live?
I can't be your wife.
Love is Blind, the finale, season 9, I think this is. There were red flags all over the place watching these two. The thing that bothered me the most in this clip were Allie's friends. Now, why are you looking down on a truck driver to begin with? One, do you know everything you own come from people driving trucks? Do we not know this? Everything you have in your household comes from a person driving a truck. 2, truck drivers can make really good money. Depends on the company, depends if they work for themselves. They can make good money. So I didn't like all those cracks and jokes about he makes really good money, or if he wants to be a truck driver all his life. What if he wants to be an owner operator? What if he wants to own a trucking business? See, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And homegirl, Allie, she's high maintenance. She wants him to pay for her Botox. And why are you getting Botox? You're too young to be getting Botox to begin with. But neither here nor there. I think Anton dodged a bullet. He had no business being with her. I think he was with her one because he thinks she's attractive. But that's about it. There was too many issues going on in this relationship where they didn't need to be together. She brought up that he had a lot of drinking issues, or he drunk too much, whatever the case may be, because he works the night shift. So when he comes home, he likes to have little drinks, a couple of drinks, whatever. But she drinks too, so it's like whatever. But in this clip, she went with her instinct, which says not to marry him, which I'm completely 100% agreeable on, if there's something in your gut that's telling you, I can't do this, cool. From based on stuff I've heard about this show, usually men leave the woman at the altar, not the other way around. But if you have doubts going into this, why waste your time, the other person's time, family members who may have traveled out of town for this crap, or people who could have did something else with their time, just for you to say, oh yeah, you're not my person, I don't want to do this. That is annoying.
Now, somebodies, for those of you that are watching first time, I am a truck driver, and all of you returning, you kind of know this already. I go out for 5 days at a time and come back for 2. Okay, so this is extra special for me. I'm sure that's why Jay kind of clipped it, because I'm still a truck driver. Hey, and Jay and I both met at trucking school, so at one point he was a truck driver, so he knows. And he's right. Whatever you have in front of you, just look around wherever you are. Probably more than likely, it was brought by a truck, okay? So it sucks that trucking and transportation in general still doesn't get the respect, all right? I know all of you see us drivers probably think, oh, easy job, you just drive. You try driving for 10 to 11 hours a day, all right? And still make it to your destination. Not everyone can do it. But when it comes to this clip, all right? Right away, what did I see? I saw her, Allie, with her friends, and the friends were already talking trash about Anton being a truck driver, and that it would be a bad thing if he was, you know, they call them lifers, and they're just going to do it for the rest of their life. All right? The disrespect already. And if any of you are truck drivers, hey, I got your back. Jay has your back. We know, okay? We know the struggle. All right? And it doesn't even stop at truck driving. If you want to talk about professions where the partner is out for a long period of time, shout out to our military too. They are out for a lot longer doing God's work or the job that I was not made for. So all the love and respect for you. But nonetheless, it's not, if you know that your partner has these kind of friends that already look down at you and they have your partner's ear, I'm going to have a conversation with my partner and say, hey, they already don't like what I do, and I don't really see you defending me, and you may even agree at times. If this is something that I do for a long time, are you with me? And quite frankly, what does it matter? It's about how we feel towards each other. Let's say if Allie had a job where it kept her away, then that's a situation too. This is ultimately, I guess, about time apart. Now, I don't know if he's an over-the-road driver where he's out for days at a time, or there are drivers that are local, that are home every day. You know, it could be the situation. And like Jay touched upon, and I was for a while, I was an owner-operator. I owned my own company. So there is a way to make even more money, but it just takes a lot more time, okay? You have to really think about this before you get to that altar, especially with that show. It's about getting to the altar, and I didn't feel good about it to begin with. I wasn't sure who was going to say no, but I just felt somebody was. And I'm not surprised that it was Allie. Now, of course, if Anton just did it because she was a pretty girl, what is that phrase, somebodies? We've all heard it. Show me a hot chick, I will show you a guy tired of effing her. That's exactly the case. And I've said it before in other shows. If I ended up single again, I am going for the cute girl, but with personality and someone that I can vibe and click with, okay? Because at the end of it all, maybe the looks fade a little bit, but that personality and that chemistry, that needs to be there. Once, your years continue to grow with one another, that's what you will have, and that's what's going to make you happy. And Jay mentioned that Allie wanted Botox, and she's too young for that. You know, apparently, if you start young, it'll continue to have that effect. as you grow. But already there, that's way too high maintenance. All right, I don't like a high maintenance girl. I'm sorry. When I met my wife, I'm a Walmart person that shops there. She's more of a Target. You know, Target gets a rep that it's slightly classier than Walmart. But I'm just a blue collar guy, okay? Just let's hang out. Let's get to know one another. If you have a problem with my profession because I've done this for 20 years, then it's not meant to be. But I give much respect and shout outs to all you trucker partner, more so wives, and my wife on her end, because that hasn't been easy either, and she holds it down every time. All you truckers, we have your back, and hey, screw you, Allie.